Don't act your age. Welcome, my friends, to another live video. This is Troy Stone King. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. The title of this video is Don't Act Your Age. Recently, I was working with a couple of other gentlemen, and we were talking a little bit about age and such, and one of the guys said something that was interesting and discouraging to me. He said, one person mentioned, kind of joking about forgetting things, and another guy, one of the other guys, who's probably 15, 18 years older than me, said to this person, don't worry, when you get to my age, you're going to have a lot more trouble remembering things. And I made a joke, hey, that's not encouraging to me at all. But here's what I want to say about his comment. He said, don't worry, as you get to my age, you'll have a lot more trouble remembering things. I'm sure that's true for him. Now, discounting the fact that some people have age-related diseases that affect memory, outside of that, you often get what you expect. And if you go through your life and as the years tend to accumulate, you think, well, as I get older, my body's going to be weaker. As I get older, my mind's not going to be as sharp. As I get older, I'm going to have more trouble remembering things. That's probably what will happen. Because you get what you expect. You're telling your subconscious mind, this is what should happen, and it'll be happy to oblige. Let me tell you a different story, though. We were in church this weekend on Sunday morning, and someone pointed out that there wasn't a single person on the worship team over the age of 28. Let me say it again. There wasn't a single person on the worship team over the age of 28. Now, lest you think this church is filled with people who are millennials, it's not true. Sure, there were kids in church, but there were people up into their 80s in this church. In fact, I talked to one person, she's 86 years old. She said, I love the energy. I love this music. She appreciated the worship being led by a bunch of 28-year-olds and below. I think the youngest person on the stage was 15 or 16 years old. You know what those people are? Young leaders. They're young leaders. They're not acting what we would consider to be their age. How often do you expect to see 16, 17, 18-year-old people on a stage leading a group of people aged up into their 80s? Not very often. But you know what? You can do that. You know why? Because your age really doesn't matter in most circumstances. I have another friend. He's 72, I think, at this point. You know what he does for a living? He coaches and encourages and helps people to find the work that they love or to create businesses that they love. And he's not slowing down at all. In fact, he gets to the end of every year and he looks at the 15% of the things that are least productive, that he enjoys the least. He cuts them out and starts 15% more things. He's always learning, always growing, always encouraging, and he's in his 70s. This is the time of life when many people are starting to give up. They figure things are shutting down. He's excited more than he's ever been in his life. I have another friend. I think he's right around 100 years old. I said it, 100 years old, and still traveling around the United States to Hawaii, spending time with his children and grandchildren. I can't keep up with his travels. And he's like 100 years old. You see, it doesn't matter if you're 15 or 100. Don't act your age. You will get what you expect. Some of you are in your 40s and you're in your 50s and you're thinking, it's too late. It's too late. I can't start over now. I can't go back to school. I can't learn this new skill. I can't change my life because it's too late, You're past 45. It's over pretty much. I'm telling you, it's not true. It's not true. Your age does not prevent you from changing your life. And it doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. Your age is, let me say it again, your age is not a major factor in whether or not you can change your life. Now, whether you believe you can change your life, that's the big factor. If you can let go of the fact that you're a certain age, I got to tell you, if you're over 45 years old, guess what? You've got tons of great experience. You've learned a lot. that's valuable to other people. You've learned a lot about how you think and how the world works and how you interact with other people. Those are valuable skills. Take advantage of them to make whatever change you want to do. Just ignore the fact that maybe society says, well, you know, you're above a certain age. I don't care. I don't care. You know, I watch people who are in Hollywood, and some of them you don't see anymore as they got to a certain age. But now I see other people who I watched when they were in their 30s and their 40s, and now they're in their 60s and their 70s, and they're proudly playing roles still in movies, not worried about their age. Why? Because they love what they're doing. They're not worried about what maybe other people would think about them. They're just moving forward. Guess what? You can move forward too. You don't like what you've been doing the last 10 years, or the last 20 years, or the last 30 years? You're only stuck if you decide you're stuck. You always have the option to make a change. So don't sit down in your rocking chair and whine about the good old days. They probably weren't that good anyway. You can make better days going forward. Don't act your age. Don't worry about what's happened in the past. Do something new now. Change your life. Don't worry about your age. And if you're a young person, if you're in your teen years, I have good news for you. There's more opportunity in the world now than there's been in the past 100 years. You have options that didn't exist when your parents were kids. Wonderful, powerful options. And I see a lot of this generation that are in their teens through their early 30s looking around and going, you know, I don't want to just exist. I want to make an impact. Go for it. We need you to do that. Yes, yes, yes. And if you're in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, and your 70s, and you're like, I haven't made an impact yet. Guess what? Not too late. You too can still make an impact. So don't act your age. Don't act the way that society thinks you should act at a certain age. Go out there and do it. Go out there and make the change. Go out there, because we need you. Thank you, my friends, for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that it brought value to you. If it did, do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you thought that it's got enough value to share with your friends and family, feel free to share it out there. I'd appreciate that very much as well. Those of you that joined in the past 3 minutes, hey, about 30 seconds after I'm done this video, it'll be on Facebook, and you can watch the whole thing all the way through. And you can catch all my other videos over at the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Troy Stone King, or you can zip through my timeline because they're all there as well. So thanks again, my friends, and have a wonderful rest of your day.